Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Aditya Iyer. I'm the co-founder of NeoTrader, and I'm back again, as always, at 8:45 a.m. every market morning to analyze the market, analyze the Nifty, Bank Nifty, identify stocks, and empower all of you amazing Neo traders who are in the house today. It's awesome. It's a Tuesday morning, and I'm really happy and excited to be starting the session today. So please confirm to me on the chat if you can see my screen clearly, and we can begin. And if you can hear my voice clearly, and I would say that Mr. Vetri is your namaskar. Stalin Sundarrajan. Good morning, Stalin. How are you? Good to see you log in the morning. Great. Who else is online? Jay Kumar Menon, good morning, Jay Kumar Menon. Seeing you after many days. Yeah, haven't seen you been for the past few days. Good to have you back. Who else is there online? Please tell me. And please confirm if you can hear me as well. Umesh, good morning. Rajesh Thakur, good morning. Brijesh Singh, good morning. Jawar Raj, Vivek, all that's great to see all of you guys who have logged in today. And I think now we can begin with today's session. And as we will always do, we will start by analyzing the Nifty, the Bank Nifty. We'll have a look at some stocks, and that is how we will move forward. But first, let us look at what happened overnight. The Asian stocks were mostly lower. Yeah, the US dollar, it rose the most in a month, and it has actually made a 2-year high today. So we've seen a 2-year high on the dollar. Yeah, the SGX also seemed to be marginally down. As I'm seeing right now, it is down 130 points. I was having a look at some of the ADRs, the US listed stocks, the ADRs. Over there, I saw that ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, Tata Motors, Wipro, Infosys, all of these stocks were down. Dr. Reddy's was up. Okay, so I think yesterday, in the second part of the day, we saw a lot of movement happening in Dr. Reddy's. Not in the second part of the day, in the morning itself. After our session got over, we saw that Dr. Reddy's really started flying in the morning. So that was, and it is, the move is carried on overnight as well in the ADR. So we can have a look at what is happening at Dr. Reddy once the market opens also. The dollar index also rose yesterday. I think it's 108 now, 108.3. The 10-year bond yield fell by 1%. Crude reached 106 per dollar. And even Bitcoin fell around 3%. Okay, so that is more or less what we saw from that we're getting from the global cues. We aren't getting anything overtly bullish to suggest that our particular move is going to continue today. So we will have to look into the price action of the day to see how things pan out. I have been, tracking the move on the Nifty for quite a few days now, and I've been telling you about this particular resistance, this gap zone that is very much present at 16,170. Hopefully, it looks like after yesterday's showing in the market, it may move above that gap zone today, because what we saw is we saw a gap up opening yesterday, but then it started moving down. It closed much better than the way it performed in the morning. So that is one solace that is there. But still, I find that the Nifty seems to be struggling a bit. But although we will come up with levels, okay. So here we have a chart of the Nifty, and what I have applied here is the Ichimoku cloud. I have removed everything else that I had put earlier. I had drawn a trend line. I had added a Fibonacci resistance. All of those things I have removed now. I have kept it a little more clean, so that it becomes easier for everyone who's watching to be able to understand what is happening on the chart. So let's go and let's try and find out now levels for the Nifty. Okay, firstly, it needs to sort of decisively close and stay above the particular resistance. Even though it is sort of trading above it right now, I see that it still seems to be struggling around this particular level. What I want to see is, I want to see like a nice decisive close over here above the resistance, so that we can have a much more bullish view. So the first thing that we need to look for is the Nifty to continue to trade above 16180, 16200 levels. Okay, that is the first thing that it needs to do. Now the next thing that we have for the Nifty is that if it has to move up, what will happen is it is going to go and it is going to enter the cloud. So the cloud is going to become like a resistance level now, and we have a really thick cloud, as we can see here. So it's not going to be easy for the Nifty to cross this cloud. So I would put the lower and upper band of the cloud as my target, or the next levels for an up move for the Nifty. So how do I get that? You can put your mouse here and see, or an easier way for all of you guys to do it, especially for all the neo traders to do it, is go to the stock analyzer page, choose multi-day, yeah. And once you choose multi-day, what we have here is we have this level of SSA 16450 as our first resistance, and 16925 will be the second one. Okay, so 16450 and 16925 is going to be the two levels on the top that we want to see. So let us go back to our chart, and let me show you this 16452. So 16452 will be your first resistance, and 16925 is going to be the second resistance. Minimum that it needs to do is it needs to stay above 16200 for it to retain its bullish bias, and 16200 is exactly where we are, right? I've showed you the resistance. Next, where is the support? Support is pretty much very clear. It is exactly where both our TS and KS lines are converging. It is exactly where we had our gap. It is exactly where we have the maximum concentration of put OI, and it is also exactly where we have our pivot on the multi-day time frame. Okay, and what is that level, ladies and gentlemen? There is no points for guessing that. It is nothing but our, any guesses please write on the chat. It is nothing but our 16,000 level. Okay, so at around 16,000 you have your TSKS line around there. In terms of Ichimoku, you have your former gap zone, so that becomes a support. On the multi-day time frame, the pivot also is around 16,000. So, and if I look at the option data, the put OI concentration also is at 16,000. So many things are suggesting 16,000. So 16,000 is a very important support for us, and that level needs to hold. And it is also like a psychological round number. Okay, even like round numbers become supports. Okay, so multiple things I showed you for 16,000. I showed you the level up also. So it is pretty easy and pretty straightforward analysis on the Nifty. If I have a look at the option data, what I see in the option data is that the max pain has gone to 16,150 now, and I find a lot of OI on 16,600, 16,500, 16,600, 16,400. So exactly where we have our cloud, right? मैंने ये cloud बनाया यहाँ पे, आपको दिखाया था ये level के अंदर I have lot of call OI concentration also. So even the option data is suggesting that once we move into this area, there is a lot of resistance for the Nifty. At the same time, when I look at the ATM 16,200, calls and puts are both aligned. So like I told you this even yesterday, there is no bias coming out from the option data, and nothing much happened in the market yesterday. Even today I'm saying there is not so much of bias in our option data, although today I find that the put writers have overtaken the call writers at the ATM strike. I'm sorry. The call OI has overtaken the put OI at the ATM strike for the Nifty. And if I go to the Bank Nifty, I see that at my ATM level, okay, the call OI is also much higher than the put OI. But if I go to the near the money levels, right, I find that the put concentration overall in the Bank Nifty is much higher than the Nifty. If I look at the PCR, okay, it is 1.39 for the Bank Nifty and it is 1.11 for the Nifty. So overall, if I look at this whole scenario, it seems like the Bank Nifty is much better poised than our Nifty. And I see that all the levels that we've drawn here, consistently I'm finding that the Bank Nifty has gone above all of these levels and it is entered the cloud. So the top end of the cloud is going to be our next resistance for our Bank Nifty, which is the top end of the cloud. So let me write here Bank Nifty and write go. So I find that the SSA is going to be 34,980. We are already above that, as we can see. We are at 35 here, and the SSB that I am seeing is going to be 35,883. Okay, almost close to 36,000. Okay, so 36,000 के आसपास अपने को और 35,900 catch it round figure. So here I have around 35,900. Let me take a round figure, 35, because that's easier for you guys to remember, that's all. 35,900 can be a good level on top. And if I have to go lower from here, of course I have a very strong support at 34,750. 34,750. Okay, and also the current low of the last trading day, which was yesterday's low, will also be a very durable one, because it is the lower end of the cloud and it is also a former support area in terms of the price action zones that we have drawn earlier. So let me go and let me see what this level is of yesterday's low, and the cloud, it comes up to approximately 34,980. Okay, 34,980. Let me put here. I hope you people will be able to read 34,980. Okay, so 34,980, 35,000 approximately, yeah, and 34,750 will be the two levels on the downside. 35,900 is going to be our levels on the upside. Okay, we can easily get all of these levels over here. Yeah, all we need to do is go for all of you guys using Neo Trader. ये जो है आपका ये हो गया आपका सपोर्ट, और ये वाला हो गया आपका रेजिस्टेंस. ठीक है, ये आपको डायरेक्टली स्टॉक एनालाइजर के अंदर मिलेगा. आपको इतना अगर you don't see the chart, that is okay. And even when I have a look at the option data, मेरे को ये नजर आ रहा है कि the put writers, Bank Nifty is clearly a put writers market. So yeah, the option data also was suggesting that. And between the Nifty and the Bank Nifty, I have told you this, I have been telling you this for many days, that the Bank Nifty looks far more well poised compared to the Nifty. And मैंने ये कल भी आप लोग को बताया था कि बैंक निफ्टी में ही ज़्यादा मूवमेंट आएगा, इसलिए मैंने आपको मैंने ICICI बैंक का ट्रेड भी कल डिस्कस किया था. ICICI बैंक का ट्रेड ऑल्सो हिट आवर टारगेट, बिकॉज द ओवरऑल फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर ऑल्सो वॉज लुकिंग अ लिटिल मोर पॉजिटिव. M&M फिन का ट्रेड भी हमने लिया था, विच वॉज पार्ट ऑफ आवर वॉच लिस्ट एज वेल. M&M फिन गेव अ फिनोमिनल मूव, right? So we'll do the same thing again today also. I have some interesting charts that I have picked out, and we will see all of that. And we have some results also that are going to come out. If I just had a look at this earnings calendar, HCL Tech का रिजल्ट आने वाला है आज, स्टर्लिंग एंड विल्सन सोलार, डेल्टा कॉप, आनंद राठी, Lasti Blends, Goa Carbon, and so all of these guys are going to take our results, are going to announce their results. But the most important one, of course, that the whole market will be seeing is going to be HCL Tech. It's going to be released after market apparently, so maybe we will have to wait and watch. But talking about HCL Tech, sometime back we saw the results of TCS come, and TCS results didn't do much for the market to move up. And if you people remember that sometime back I had actually on this particular live session using Heinkanashi, I had analyzed TCS and I had analyzed Infi. So what I told all of you was to short TCS. Okay, short TCS trade was something that we had discussed, if you people remember, and a long Infi trade was what we had discussed. So what we had drawn this particular trend line, and exactly at 3216 was where we had gone and we had shorted TCS, and we are seeing that 3216 ka hai, around here we had gone and we had shorted. Okay, and we saw that we got a decent move down, 4.5% down move we have got in TCS. So that is pretty good for now. And I think yesterday's move has really helped us, make money in TCS. Another trade that we discussed was a long trade in Infi. So what I had suggested was to do a spread, do like a long Infi and short TCS spread. What I would say today is, if anyone of you have taken that spread, I think you can close out those positions today once the market opens, because Infi results will come out soon. The IT sector, the Nifty IT chart does not look good now. Okay, and it is better to not have any more long positions in our IT. So we initiated that position at 1475. We are at 1473. It is more or less at cost. So we will be even in our position in Infi, and you would have made 3 to 4% in this week in your position in TCS. So today would be a good time to unwind that position and to close out both of these positions, because we see, I will show you also why. If I go and see the chart of Nifty IT, okay, let me show you Nifty IT. Of course, we don't here CNX IT. I can see that it is making a fresh move down here. Okay, it's sort of going to go and challenge its former lows. It's moved below the TSKS line. It is below the cloud and our CS line also, which is trending lower and is tending to get free. Okay, so I see some weakness in IT coming in, and we don't know about how the results will also pan out and the market reaction with all of that. So it is better to take our money now, and we will look for new positions as and when the results start coming out. Okay, so that was for the position in both TCS and Infi. If you people were wondering how we got this particular trade, I explained that in detail in my earlier live sessions. Okay, so what you guys can do, if you guys can, first of all, please come and subscribe to our channel. And once you subscribe to our channel, you will see that we do so many live videos. And in my live videos of last week was when I had explained this particular pair trade in both the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. Okay, another sectoral chart that looked very interesting for me, which I've been telling you people for many days. Okay, many days से मैं बोल रहा हूँ, is Nifty Auto. कुछ time पहले I had even drawn this level, former high level. It seems to have broken out of that, and it seems to be moving at complete new highs. If I go to the weekly chart, yeah, so on the weekly chart was what I had drawn, and it seems to have broken above that, and it seems to be giving very good follow through. I've been telling you people to look for long signals in all these auto stocks. The moment a long signal comes in any auto stock, I want you all people to take action on that. Kalbi Aisher did very well. Okay, M&M is doing very well. So we have M&M, we have Aisher, we have TVS Motor, we have Maruti. In all of these stocks are something that you need to keep your eye in. Hero MotoCorp also has done supremely well. If I look at the chart of Hero, let me look at Hero. And what do I see in Hero? See, I see this movement in Hero has been fantastic, and exactly like last week, Raja on Money Control channel had given a long trade on Hero, and that is what I even reiterated in my live session, and that was something that I urged all of you people also to take. Hero also has moved up. So yes, auto sector clearly it is pretty much on the move. Okay. So that is something that we need to see. All right. So now I promised you people that I will show you some interesting charts, and that is what I'm going to do right now. As always, I find the most interesting charts from the Heikanashi page. So if I go to the Heikanashi dashboard of NeoTrader, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to get some trading ideas. Okay, on the daily chart. So Infi and TCS was something that we picked up from here only. The first thing that I see is Dr. Reddy. I find that Dr. Reddy, although it has moved up yesterday, it is on the verge of creating a new uptrend. Okay, so exactly what we are seeing in Dr. Reddy here is an emergence of a new trend, because it went up, then it went sideways, again it attempted to go up, again it went sideways, and now it is making a fresh attempt to move up. So Dr. Reddy clearly should be a stock that should be on our radar. Another stock that has been doing well for many days and which we have been trading as well is Havells. And I spoke to you some days back about this particular rounding pattern breakout, and it is pretty much there, almost on the verge of a breakout of a rounding pattern. So yes, Havells is another stock that you need to keep your eye on today. Okay, apart from Havells, so I have told you Dr. Reddy, I have told you Havells, both these stocks should be on the bullish side. Of course, SBI Card and Concor is there, but these don't trade well. M&M Fin, I gave a very big trade in M&M Fin yesterday to all of you people. And for the ones who took it, it's very good. And for the ones who've not taken it, please keep this particular stock in your radar, because it is in a very extremely roaring uptrend. Okay, so if you just have a look at this, just see this. It is constantly making, it is constantly making higher tops, higher bottoms, and then it went into a range, and it seems to have broken out of that range, and it's going to be almost challenging its former high over here. ठीक है, जो उसका former high है उसको अभी ये challenge कर रहा है. Range breakout already इस पे आ गया. So M&M Fin also a stock that we can keep in our radar. Siemens was one of the stocks that we had from our watch list, but one thing you all need to know about Siemens is, if you see, Siemens has really moved up. Okay, so it will become a buy on dip candidate now. Okay, so if I see here, almost at around 2600, it will be its former support. So Siemens can be more of a buy on dip candidate. Okay, as and when the move unfolds. All right. Okay, what else do we have? Anything else on our Heikanashi daily, SBI Card, Concor? Anything on the bearish side? Nothing really on the bearish side. Let me look at so yes, so I was talking about potential reversal candidates. So when I go to expert alerts, what I find is that if I go to my EOD chart, I see that on the bearish side I find all of these guys: NAM India, Siemens, Jubilant Food, IPCA, and all of these people as potential reversal candidates. Okay, so all these stocks have consistently been on the upside, and they can actually show some. So especially when I look at Siemens and NAM India, they will be more of buy on dip candidates. So in case we see some sort of reversal coming on this, we should look at that reversal as a buy on dip, because the overall trend in these stocks are positive. If I look at Chambal Fertilizer, and if I open the stock, if I open the chart of Chambal, let's see what I get. 3 minutes to go before the market opens, so don't worry. Yeah, if I look at Chambal Fertilizer stock, I find that the stock was in a downtrend. It is giving a rally and trying to move up consistently. I'm seeing green candles, so some bit of accumulation is happening, but it is gone and it has stopped at the high of its former long body candle and a small body here. ठीक है, तो एक ये रेजिस्टेंस के आसपास आके ये रुक गया. सो अगर आज यहाँ पे रेजिस्टेंस लेता है चंबल फर्टिलाइजर, वी कैन लुक फॉर सम sort of potential reversal happening over here. Okay, so that is one thing we need to look for in Chambal, whereas all of the other potential reversal candidates that we'll have will be more of a buy on dip if we see a reversal coming. So that is how you need to judge, that is how you need to keep judging all of these candidates. Okay, it's very important to sort of understand the higher trend and then go ahead with your work. Okay, 9:13, 2 more minutes to go before the market opens, and I would say that, like, more or less we are pretty much like ready with our stocks. These are going to be our CPR wide candidates for next day. I can see that TCS यहाँ पे आ गया at CPR wide, NAM India है यहाँ पे, और क्या है, Eicher Motor, HCL Tech, Bosch. So all of these stocks are there. Exide, all of these stocks are CPR wide today. Bata, Deepak Nitrate, okay, Atul. So we may have to be a little judicious with our stops and targets while we are trading these names. At the same time, I find that many big names, HDFC Bank, ITC, JSW Steel, SBI, are all in narrow. So let us see how the trade is going to pan out on all the stocks over here. All right. So, and if I go down, I have Cameria heat map, and if I go to monthly, I find that many stocks now have entered bullish mode even on the monthly chart. So that is something that we are seeing, that the market breadth, overall market breadth, also seems to be expanding. 9:14, guys, one more minute to go before the market opens. Yeah, and since the last 1 minute, let me show you something interesting. I have created this thing called a ratio chart. Okay, the market has opened now, so let us see that after the market opens. Abhi to market khul gaya, so first let us look at the Nifty. What is happening on the Nifty? Yes, as Nifty is showing a gap down movement. As I told you that ये जो है resistance में बहुत वो struggle कर रहा था Nifty already. ये क्या हो गया? ये वाला है जो resistance है. We are seeing that Nifty was struggling here at this level, and it has acted as a resistance once again. So I told the minimum that the Nifty will have to do, it should trade above that, but that's not happening. So नीचे में I have 15,880 as my level here, 15,880, और ये वाला भी जो है, ये वाला level भी जो है 16,000, that will also come at play. So both are levels that I told you earlier. Please pay attention to both those levels, because they are the ones that are going to be at play today for the Nifty. Another thing that I'm seeing for the Nifty here is, what I'm seeing here is an RSI. I saw that the RSI made an attempt to go towards 60 and it has fizzled out. Okay, so momentum is dissipating. I told you, if at all I want to see a good movement on the Nifty, I wanted to see the momentum going up. clearly it is gone below S1 also on the 5-minute chart. So, and it's breaking below previous day's low. At the same time, let's have a look at the Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty is not as bearish as the Nifty. If you see, it is around the pivot. If I look at the Nifty, it is fallen below S1 and previous day's low. So clearly Bank Nifty is better positioned. And if I have a look over here, it is above that our particular zone here that we drew first of all. So we can look for Bank Nifty to go and take support over here, as I mentioned, at 35,150 के आसपास जाके support ले सकता है intraday level में, and it can maybe move up, right? And at the same time we will track the intraday charts of the Bank Nifty as well. Okay, so that is that for both the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. I have prepared you people enough on that, so you all can open and you all can see. Now what we'll do is, let us go and let us have a look at the dashboard and see what has come. Okay, पहली बात तो bullish and bearish seems to be even, but if I look at open high, open low में nothing in bullish, everything in bearish. So this is giving me an idea as to what is happening at JSW Steel, Jindal Steel, Nalco, NMDC, VDL. ठीक है, no points for guessing which sector is weak today. लिखो chat में what sector is the weakest. इसमें clearly दिखाई दे रहा है आपको what is the weakest sector. All right, let me go now here and I see that from open, let me change this to open. What we want to do is we want to see how the market is fared from the open. I don't see too much green, and again as we saw earlier, NMDC, Hindalco, Nalco, PL, Trent. Okay, these are our top losers. Persistence seems to be gaining. Mindtree, Cummins, Birla Soft, LTI, Emphasis, Intellect Design. So what is happening today is all the second rung IT stock, not the IT leaders, but the second the second layer of IT stocks are the ones that are gaining today, are part of the top gainers. Okay, TCS marginally in the positive here. Chambal Fertilizer also marginally in the positive, so maybe no reversal over there in Chambal Fertilizers. What else do we have? Yeah, let me go and let me see it for the Nifty now. I'm choosing Nifty and let's see what happens once I choose Nifty. Okay, so here I am for the Nifty. So Coal India, Adani Ports, Kotak Bank, SBI, Wipro. Okay, so SBI, Kotak, Coal India, Adani Bank, not bad, decent stocks that are on top. Techem, Reliance also is over here. TCS also is contributing. ITC is not taking it down. Axis Bank, Tata Motors. Okay, so decent amount of breadth on the top. And when I look down, I find all the metal names. Hindalco and JSW Steel. I find some profit booking coming in at open in all our auto stocks, Maruti, M&M. Okay, so that is what I'm seeing when I look at this particular dashboard. Right now, let me go to the Bank Nifty and see what is stored in the Bank Nifty. So HDFC and HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank are not supporting the movement on top, which is not a good thing, but all the other guys are in favor. So unless our two biggies, which is HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank, do not start picking up, we may not see the movement carry in the Bank Nifty. Whereas if I go to the Nifty FNO overall, what do I see? See that persistent, Cummins, Indus Star, Mindtree, Bsoft. ठीक है, तो Bsoft was I think a potential reversal candidate. Let us see उसमें कुछ आया क्या? So let's write Bsoft. Here we've seen no, we've not got anything on Bsoft today. Was it part of potential reversal? Let us see. एक्सपर्ट अलर्ट्स में जाके देखते हैं what new has come here. Okay, so clearly 18 stocks now in bearish. Okay, earlier it was 0, only 2 in bullish, 18 stocks in bearish. So clearly the trend right now is tending towards it bearish. At Cummins and M&M Fin आया वापस. Okay, so M&M Fin is something we wanted to look at, and it is showing open high open low also. So अभी जाके देखते हैं M&M Fin में क्या है. M&M Fin open high open low है, but clearly level CPR narrow भी है उसका. So I want you guys to be tracking M&M Fin for a level 1. Okay, if it comes on level 1, we will know over here anyway. So what we want to see is M&M Fin come on level 1 here. अभी existing level 1 में क्या है? Torrent Pharma, Reliance, ONGC, HCL Tech. Okay, HCL Tech आज रिजल्ट भी है उसका, और इसमें अच्छा खासा मूवमेंट भी है. लेट अस लुक एट HCL Tech. क्या हो रहा है? Here I am in HCL Tech. Yes, it is broken below S1. It is broken below its previous day's low, and we are seeing a breakdown in HCL Tech. But please note, उसका result भी है आज, so we have to be a little careful in trading stocks on the day of their particular result. Okay, so HCL Tech, all 3 red dots with level 1. That is one stock that has already come up here. Okay, let us go to that our weekly list and see if anything from our bullish weekly list is here. I see that TVS Motor. No, this is monthly. I want to see daily. Okay, here I am on day. TVS Motor, Torrent Power, Oberoi Reality. Okay, TVS Motor is here. So let us look at TVS Motor chart. Okay, it seems to be struggling now. Let us wait for a bit for that struggle to get over. Okay, what else do we see here? ICICI, GI, Britannia, MFSL. So टॉरेंट पावर, ओबरॉय, रियलिटी, तो ये सब है. बेरिश में देखते हैं, बेरिश वीक वाला आता है. NMDC, टॉरेंट फार्मा, कुछ आया यहाँ पे. NMDC इज देयर. ओके, नैरो 7 में मनपुरम एंड बेल. ओके, बेरिश फाइनल में से कुछ भी नथिंग इन बेरिश फाइनल में नथिंग. एंड बुलिश वाला फाइनल से ITC, TVS मोटर and ITC at level 2, ABB at level 2. Okay guys, so here we have, okay, so overall what I'm seeing is, I'm not seeing, even though the market is not here, if I look at the Nifty FNO segment, I'm seeing much more stock on the bullish side now and less stocks here on the bearish side. Okay, so it looks like we are seeing some shift in the market. So let me quickly go to the dashboard and have a look what is happening here. Yes, I see Industar and Persistent here, and I'm seeing that there is more green now compared to earlier. Okay, PEL and NMDC. Okay, 2 and 2. Fine. That is how the market is poised. 2 on the green side, 2 on the red side. So more or less even. All right. Okay. Now let's go to the rolling ticker, and I'm seeing, what am I seeing on rolling ticker? Bata has crossed above its previous day's high. Okay, so let me change this and put my bullish week. इसमें कुछ आया क्या? Trend ABB range expansion. ABB डालता हूँ, ABB देखता हूँ इसमें क्या है. ABB में सिर्फ range expansion आया अभी तक, और कुछ नहीं आया. Nothing else. Okay, has come. So let us look at the chart of ABB. So yes, so nothing. It opened, ABB opened, and it went down, and it seems to have recovered after that, taken support at S1 and previous day low, and it seems to have recovered. So yes, it is continuing to be facing resistance here on the pivot. Okay, so that is something we may have to wait for it to complete. So ABB we will not see right now. ABB अभी नहीं देखना है. और क्या है यहाँ पे? TVS Motor above previous days high. So I hope you people are tracking TVS Motor. मैंने आप लोग को दिखाया how to track it. So you all need to track TVS Motor now. Trent and Nestle, all of this on the red, because this is my bullish list. I don't want to really see so much of the stocks in the bearish side from this list. Let me go to bullish final. इससे कुछ आया? TVS Motor है. Okay, so TVS Motor ही है. अपने को TVS Motor track कर रहा है. So please, all of you, please track TVS Motor. And bearish में Manappuram. Okay, open high. Manappuram open high. Manappuram previous day low. Manappuram score of 1 on the negative. ठीक है. So ये तीन आया है Manappuram में. So we can maybe look at the chart of Manappuram. Oh, here we go. We will wait for a level 1 to come here, and maybe once it's a level 1 comes, we can look at Manappuram. But please note, 2-digit stocks hai, ladies and gentlemen. You have to always be careful with the moves that you get in a 2-digit stock. Okay, so you have to be careful about that. Let's go to the Nifty FNO. इसमें क्या आ रहा है? Tata Power, REC, Trent, Bata previous day high crossed. So let's go back here. I see a persistent, Industar, Mindtree. Apart from that, let me choose Nifty here, and let's see whether something is coming on the Nifty. No, nothing in dark green and dark red on the Nifty as well. On the Bank Nifty, are we seeing some movement in ICICI and HDFC? No. In fact, we saw HDFC move back like this. Instead of moving forward, it started moving back. And ICICI Bank, HDFC now is the top loser on the Bank Nifty, and ICICI Bank also is going piche. So it's not good news for the Bank Nifty. Let me go now to the Bank Nifty chart and see what is happening on the Bank Nifty chart. I can see that Bank Nifty chart is struggling inside the CPR. Yeah. And the Nifty, it attempted to rally but taking resistance at S1 level. That is what is happening on both the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. Muthoot Fin. Yes, S. Ranjan is here. Now Ranjan is coming after many days. Okay, I'm happy to see Ranjan back. Very good. Good to see you here. Okay, here we've got level 1 on our Muthoot, but the CPR is very wide, so S3 will be the first target. तो S3 में एक बार निकल जाना चाहिए इसमें. ओके, या आइदर इसमें S3 में निकल जाना चाहिए या S3 में स्टॉप टू कॉस्ट करके रखना चाहिए. S3 ब्रेकडाउन के बाद ही वो ट्रेड को कंटिन्यू करना चाहिए. ओके, like why am I saying that? Because when our CPR is a little more wide, when the range is a little more wide, तो what happens, R3 और S3 level के आसपास it tends to complete. The move tends to get over. So at such times, it will always make sense to sort of put your stop loss at R3 or do stop to cost at R3 or S3. Dixon. Let us look at Dixon. Dixon, इसमें कुछ आया है Dixon. अरे वाह, Dixon में तो बहुत सारा आया है अपने पास. हाँ नहीं, ये सब तो कल का है. Sorry, ignore all of this. These are all of yesterday. Today is only previous day high crossed. Okay, but I'm getting an idea that Dixon कल भी bullish था और देखो आज भी bullish हो रहा है. Okay, so मैं अभी that is what I am getting from here. And if I look, ये क्या है? Nifty FNO ही है ना? इधर कहाँ है Dixon? Let me refresh once and see. Maybe आया होगा अभी. Let's go here. Let's see Dixon. And let me look at what is in store in Dixon. Dixon to already a very, again, so Dixon also very wide CPR, okay, very wide CPR. See here, like यहाँ पे आ गया वो CPR wide में आपको मिल गया. If you can't see this here. So again, we will see this particular move maybe ending at R3. So R3 should be our target in this particular move, और R3 में क्रॉस करने के बाद ही आप दूसरा उसमें और लेवल देख सकते हो. सो R3 मे बी द सॉर्ट ऑफ टारगेट लेवल नाउ फॉर डिक्सन. ओके, सो दैट इज देयर. एंड व्हाट एल्स? LTTS, टाटा पावर, बाटा इंडिया. चलो बाटा देखते हैं. इधर बाटा आया है. सर इस ट्रेड वाइड है. Okay, we will have to wait for Bata to show come up again here. It poked up, did not give a higher close. In the next candle has started moving down again. Okay, let me go back to Bata and see where is Bata. The CPR of Bata, where is it there in wide? No, it is not there in Bata is not there in wide, and Bata is not there in narrow also. So Bata has a normal CPR. Okay, so one thing I want all of you to know, wherever we have a wide CPR, right, I want you all to take note of that, and especially if it is wide and it is also over here in what was this, like wide 7 narrow 7. अगर इसमें है ना ये वाले में, so you have to be very you guys have to be a little more careful, because if it is here, what it means that it is like the widest CPR of the past 7 days. So when I look at NAM, when I look at Bosch and Intellect, Granule, CUB, all of these stocks that I'm seeing, because their CPR is the widest of the past 7 days, there is a high chance that the move may not last. It might have reached the end of its move. Okay, so at such times when it is near R3, you need to exit the trade. Same way when it comes to narrow 7, these stocks have a higher chance of giving a movement. So these are the stocks that we can pay, like LTI है यहाँ पे, SBI है, Mindtree है, Coforge है, Concor, IEX, और नीचे में there is Tata Motors, Sun Pharma, all of these stocks are there. So Jindal Steel, NMDC is also over here. Okay, so these are the stocks that can give us more movement because their CPR is narrow. Okay, Mindtree, LTI, Coforge is here also. So let me see, if you guys are doing some research and finding some stocks on the chat, please tell me. I will write. Someone is writing now. Dr. Reddy Sangamesh has said Dr. Reddy. Let us look at Dr. Reddy, and we have got a level 3 on Dr. Reddy. Okay, so a level 3 movement on Dr. Reddy seems to have come. What else? Like, okay, so what I want you people to do is, I want you people to do some analysis and share. So M&M Fin, Dabur, NTPC, Apollo Hospital. Okay, bearish mein now the number seems to have reduced. VDL, all the metal names are still there though. All our metal stocks have still retained their open high, open low signal. The others would have reversed and they would have broken their day's high or day's high, so they would have gone out. So let me look at VDL now. What is happening in VDL? Okay, so VDL also is breaking, giving us a level 3 breakdown in VDL. Jindal Steel. What do we have in Jindal Steel? Same thing in Jindal Steel as well. Third stock is what? JSW Steel. S1 की नीचे आ रहा है. So amongst these three, I like JSW Steel the most, because ये क्या है, तीनों भी ओपन हाई ओपन लो था, बट ये वाला S1 के नीचे जा रहा है. सो JSW Steel will be the one that I would pick amongst these three. NMDC and SAIL, NMDC and NALCO also is there. So let me look at NMDC. What is happening in NMDC? NMDC तो S3 के नीचे भी आके it is started moving to the side. Let us see if NMDC is there somewhere in wide CPR में. NMDC तो है नहीं, तो शायद we will have to wait for this consolidation to end and see if a new move comes. But काफ़ी ज़्यादा movement already हो गया in NMDC. NMDC के बाद था SAIL. Let us look at SAIL. I'm having a look at the chart of SAIL. Again, even in SAIL also, not really. NALCO. And I would want to wait for NALCO also to break S3. Okay, so we saw all of the charts from all of these ones. We saw all of them, and I think the one that we really liked and the one that I would pick from all of this would be JSW Steel. Okay, so that is how, in like very simple ways, you can do it. And if you don't want to see the chart, that is also okay. यहाँ पे जाके लिखो JSW Steel. ये देखो आपको मेल नहीं, आज कुछ आया नहीं इसमें सिग्नल, तो वी विल हैव टू वेट. नो अदर सिग्नल सीम्स टू हैव कम ऑन JSW Steel टुडे. Okay, so what else? Previous day high crossed in MGL, previous day high crossed in BAIL, Honeywell Automation score of 1, IEX, IOC, IGL, Torrent Pharma score of 1, Industar score of 2, Ultrasem score 1, SBI Life. चलो Industar देखते हैं. Industar, let us see what is happening in Industar. ये तो भाग गया Industar. R3 का ब्रेकआउट आने वाला है इसमें Industar में. So you all can have a look at Industar. यहाँ से मैंने पिक किया over here. From here is where I exactly picked out this stock Industar, as you can see. And if you guys are interested, you can have a look at that. Score of 2 आ गया. R3 breakout होगा और वहाँ पे score of 3 भी आ जाएगा इसमें. So you all can see it. Okay. M&M Fin moving up and Coforge above R1. J Kumar Menon says M&M Fin is moving up. Okay, let us look at M&M Fin. Okay, R1 के ऊपर, so M&M Fin we will have to wait for it to become level 1. So let's wait for level 1 to happen. Okay, ये जो है ना, we should start seeing this as a zone, not as a particular level but as a zone. So where is that? Here. So like ये वाला जो area as a zone, and we want to see the stock sort of get out of this whole zone as a whole. Okay, तो ये एक बार ये zone के बाहर निकल गया ना, that is when we will be more interested in that stock. ये था अपना कल का trade in M&M Fin, which is still there over here. If you saw, it took some while to perform, but when it moved up, it went up almost how much? 2%. 2% का movement था इसमें nearly, like over here. So that is the sort of movement that we got yesterday in the same stock, and today also. Let us wait for that zone to come out, and we can see profit book in Apollo Hospital. Superb Ganesh, awesome, yeah, really good. And like Ganesh is someone who is very consistent, superb, yeah. I'm really happy. I'm really happy with the way like Ganesh is trading. And with that, I want all of you to go and hit the like button now. Please go and like this particular video, and only after liking this particular video we will be moving ahead. So all of you who are online right now, please go and hit that like button. Okay, so even in Coforge we will have to wait. ठीक है, हम wait कर के काम करेंगे, but Coforge में कुछ मिला ना तो उसका CPR, if we see the CPR of Coforge is narrow because like हमको यहाँ पे ये दिखाई दे रहा है, ये CPR narrow में है Coforge. ओके, सो उस पर अगर अपने को लेवल 1 मिला तो अपने को कुछ काम कर सकते हैं इसमें. इफ यू वांट टू सी वेदर यू नो ऑल अपोलो हॉस्पिटल वाज इन नैरो, एंड यहाँ पे देखो अपोलो हॉस्पिटल में देयर वाज लाइक अ लेवल 1 ट्रेड हियर, and I saw that Apollo Hospital was all 3 dots were green. Okay, so CPR narrow, level 1, all three dots green, extremely high probability trade. Okay, extremely high probability trade that was available for all of you to take, and the man who took it and the man who made profit from it, his name is Ganesh, and he has done and picked out this trade excellently well. If you see it, it was a sitter, literally a sitter of a trade, क्योंकि like यहाँ पे है वो narrow भी है, level 1 भी है, and all 3 dots उसका green भी था. So it was something that was very obvious and something that he has managed to identify. So superb Ganesh, excellent. And the important thing is, I want to tell all of you that what Ganesh did right now, each and every one of you can also do that. Okay, all you need to do is keep your eyes open and be nimble on the charts that you are seeing, and even you will be able to identify all these stocks. So superb Ganesh, superb, congratulations to you. Okay, so yes, that was our ट्रेड. कोफोर्ज मैंने बता दिया, M&M फिन मैंने बोल दिया है, अपोलो हॉस्पिटल बोल दिया. LNT, प्लीज टेल मी व्हाट सिग्नल यू आर सीइंग ऑन LNT एंड आई विल एनालाइज LNT एज वेल. ओके, CPR सेल ऑन ट्रेंट. ओके, आई थिंक ट्रेंट इज ऑन वाइड टुडे. नो, इट्स नॉट ऑन वाइड, बट आई एम गेटिंग अ CPR सेल ऑन ट्रेंट हियर. ओके, हियर आई हैव अ CPR सेल. So it is, I have only like one red dot. The multi-day time frame is neutral and the higher time frame is positive. Okay, so I need to be a little more careful with my trade on trend because the higher time frame charts are positive, and what we're looking for right now is a CPR sell trade. So let us wait for that. Soumya Julu made profit in Apollo Hospital, rupees 5,000. Superb. I'm really happy. I hear there is one more man who is gone and who has identified that trade successfully and made profit in it. So that is great. Superb. Okay. So here we saw it went up to S3 and it has reversed because higher time frame is not in support of trend. So that is something we will have to, maybe let go of, because our higher over here it is seen very clearly. यहाँ पे एक ट्रेंड है, ये जो है it is in gray and ये it is green, only one red dot. Like whereas if I looked at that Apollo Hospital trade, all 3 dots were green. So the higher time frame also was supporting it today. So BPCL has 2 red dots, Lal Path has 2 red dots, Muthoot Fin maybe 2 red dots are there. Okay, so maybe we can try and pay more attention to these stocks. Industar, we already saw Industar Vinayagam. I told you R3 breakout के ऊपर उसको देखना है, और R3 के ऊपर वो ऑलरेडी चले गया. ठीक है, Ashit has booked profit in Mindtree. Superb Ashit, superb. Happy to see that you have booked profit. Bajaj Finance, let us look at Bajaj Finance. वेयर इज बजाज फाइनेंस है यहाँ पे, बजाज फिनसर्व है. फाइनेंस तो अब तक आया नहीं है, तो लेट अस गो टू द स्टॉक एनालाइजर पेज ऑफ बजाज फाइनेंस एंड लेट अस चेक इट आउट. Once again, congratulations to Vetri, congratulations to Ganesh for booking profits in Apollo Hospital. Okay, and someone, congratulations to Ashit also for booking profits in Mindtree. I'm really happy for all of you, and I want all of you to now go, each and every person, please hit the like button. Hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Atma Rao, what signal you're seeing, please tell me, and then we will analyze it. Okay. What stock was I going to do? Bajaj Finance. Here we are for Bajaj Finance, and we see that first of all the momentum dials are in neutral. The current 5789 S2 to S3 के बीच में है. Bear score is 7, bull score is 35. Okay, that is what we are getting here. If I scroll a bit lower, what do I see? If I it is at S3, we need to wait for a break below S3 to happen here for a target of S4, and we need to see. So the bear score is not so much, okay, and the momentum dials are in neutral, so maybe we might have to wait for Bajaj Finance. Yeah, उसके लिए थोड़ा अपने को वेट एंड वॉच वाला अप्रोच शायद लेना पड़े, हाँ, इसमें, क्योंकि ये S3 लेवल के बहुत पास में है, एंड यू नो, and I don't see a very high score as well, so that is something we may have to see. Heiken-Ashi में new trend in Heiken-Ashi. Okay, range expansion, BB cut, Camera, bearish score of 1. ठीक है, so all of these things have come, but I would want to wait for S3 level to break down in Bajaj Finance. Okay, only because the Ichimoku bear score is not supporting it. Okay, so if all of you guys have liked this particular video, then excellent, very good. If you have not liked the video, please go and like the video right now. Like right now, I want all of you people to go and like this video. Okay, let's go back to the dashboard. What do we have on the dashboard? Industar, Apollo Hospital, Persistent, Dixon, NBCC, Bandhan Bank. Okay, this is what we have. Hind Petro, NMDC on the downside. BPCL, Ichimoku bear score is 77. Yes, BPCL is looking weak, but BPCL is not a very good stock to trade. So you have to be very, very sure about the signal that you get in BPCL before taking it, because it is not a stock that shows the best of the best movement. But as of right now, our trade level 1 trade in BPCL is pretty much active, and there is enough distance also all the way till S3, so almost 1%. So the location right now is decent for it. Yeah, for us to take. Ichimoku bullish, crossed R1 and fib. Okay, Suresh has identified Hero Moto. Let us look at the Hero Moto trade that Suresh has identified. We will have to wait for Hero to become level 1, Suresh. The moment it becomes level 1, you can maybe think think of it. Okay, Apollo holding for swing trade, very good, Dilip, very good. Okay, Hero, what is Hero? Range expansion, previous day high. Okay, और क्या है? PPCL, ADX भी है, Bollinger Band bearish cut, previous day low broken. Okay, these three have come in this. Let me go to Heiken-Ashi and see if something new has come in our Heiken-Ashi page. Okay, first of all, let me go to our intraday stock trends and see where the regime is. If I see there are, this is bullish, these are my bearish stocks. I'm seeing more stocks in bearish than in bullish. Okay, that is one thing, but more or less it is even. If I go to single positive एंड सिंगल नेगेटिव, हाँ. सो ओवरऑल इफ मैं इसमें देखूँ तो मुझे ये दिखाई दे रहा है कि द नंबर ऑफ स्टॉक्स ऑन द बेरिश जोन आर मच मोर देन द नंबर ऑफ स्टॉक्स ऑन द बुलिश जोन. ओके, दैट इज व्हाट माय इंट्राडे स्टॉक ट्रेंड्स इज टेलिंग मी, एंड दैट इज व्हाट इज कमिंग हियर. लेट्स गो टू हाइकनाशी एंड लुक एट 30 मिनट में कुछ आया न्यू वन. ओ, न्यू ट्रेंड बेरिश सीगा. ओवरऑल इन ऑल पेजेस आई एम सीइंग दैट द bearish is slightly more than the bullish. Dr. Reddy, Bajaj Finance, Power Grid, ICICI, Muthoot Fin, NMDC, OFSS, IRC. Okay. तो इसमें से आप मेरे को बोलोगे what chart you will see first. ठीक है, we'll see. ये सारे के सारे रेड में है. बेरिश वाले स्टॉक हम लोग पहले देखेंगे, एंड हमने देखा कि ये मुथूट फिन वॉज बेरिश, सो दैट चार्ट विल सी. उसके बाद NMDC विल सी. ओके, NMDC एंड ICICI GI ऑल्सो ओवरऑल हैज बीन बेरिश. सो ये तीन चार्ट अपने को पहले देखना है, NMDC, मुथूट फिन, ICICI GI. सो लेट अस गो नाउ टू द चार्ट ऑफ NMDC. Let us look at NMDC. What is happening in NMDC? Yes. Okay, I already told you people. We already discussed this particular chart earlier as well, and it is more or less at the same place. So we will have to see some breakdown to come in NMDC. Although the bearish undertone is very much there. Yeah, sector also is his bearish, so we can keep it in mind. But I've told you what you need to do for the stock for a trade to become active here. Now let us look at Muthoot. If I look at Muthoot Fin, मेरे को ये दिख रहा है कि yes, Muthoot Fin again CPR is wide. Also a stock we discussed earlier, because that it has wide CPR and it will go all the way up till S3. So even if it falls, if it takes resistance here and falls down, S3 will be the maximum that it will fall to, according to me. Okay, that was in, and the third stock was ICICI GI. ICICI GI, we will need to wait for a level 1 sort of breakdown to come. ये जो हमारा previous day का low है, we will have to wait for it to fall below previous day low. Okay, now Clinton has said L&T can be a multi-day trade above 1700, breaking out from cloud, and will give follow through above 1700 on daily. Okay, so let us go and first check out L&T. Right, let us write LT here, and it can be a multi-day trade is what he says. So from here we will choose multi-day and we will click multi-day. All right. And after that we will go down. Currently it is at neutral. Okay, our Ichimoku bull score is also 14, bear score is also 14, and ये क्या है, ये neutral है. ठीक है. If I go to the pivots, what does it say? It says it is between P to R1. All right, it says between P to R1, and if I look at the R1 level, it is 1703. Right, so I think what Clinton has mentioned on the chat that 1700 के ऊपर जाएगा तो वो उस पे कुछ स्पीड पकड़ेगा, which also coincides pretty well with our multi-day R1 level. So that is something that we can wait for. Okay, so clearly we've got our plan now. 1703 और 1704 पकड़ो, 1704 के ऊपर we can look for a multi-day short. And here I see that let me next go to the momentum indicators and see what is happening with these momentum indicators. ADX is at 19, which is more or less like neutral. PDI is higher than the MDI, which is good. MACD is in the positive, which is good. BB I am going to ignore. RSI above 60, which is good. ATR is also around 43 rupees. So 43 rupees above here is R1 to R2. Okay, R1 to R2 is like a 43 approximately like a 1 ATR move, and this to pivot is also like approximately like a 1 ATR. Okay, so maybe we can look for R1 to R2 and R1 to pivot as our stop loss. All right, so what happens is, if we, by doing this, we are also following our pivot levels for our stop loss, and technically also, since the ATR here we are seeing is around 43 rupees, the entry to target and entry to stop loss also technically is coming to like 1 ATR, like one ratio of the ATR, which also seems to match. So pretty much, I would say a pretty robust analysis that Clinton seems to have done on LNT. And if I look at if I take the 1700 level, right, even the cloud, it would be above cloud also on a multi-day time frame. It will be above TS, it will be above TSKS also. Okay, so yeah, sorry, so in all, if it goes above 1700, we'll see that in all parameters we will be getting a buy, and at the same time, if all of that is going to happen, we'll see that this bull score also will increase and bear score also will go down. So it will become a very good candidate for us to look for the next few days. So I hope I gave you guys sufficient clarity on how you can analyze LNT even without looking at the chart. So we will look at the chart of LNT now. First thing that we see, that LNT is stuck inside the CPR. Okay, so that is one, and if I go to the daily chart of LNT, what do I see on the daily chart? Here it is breaking above the cloud, and a break above 1700, as we discussed here, will be above the cloud, above TS, KS, and even the CS line will become slightly more free. It'll become even more bullish even if the CS line also goes above the cloud, but for that some bit of movement will have to happen. So if we are initiating a trade, 1703 will be the level that we would want to watch in LNT. All right, LNT fighting hard to be in the green. Yes, we will not enter the trade when the fight is on. We will only enter the trade after the fight is over and we know who is winning. Okay, if we try and enter a trade when bulls and bears are fighting, we will only get hurt and we will come out. Okay, but if we wait to see who's winning, it becomes a better option for us. And if I okay, so let me go and check out the DI lines also. I can see a pretty good distance between the minus DI and the positive DI line. So that clearly is a very good thing for LNT. I see that although the RSI came down, it has become flat and it is still above 60. So I find that the RSI is not breaking below 60, which again is another good thing that we need to keep note of. So all we need to do now is we need to wait for LNT to cross its levels and give the requisite buy signal, and that is what we will wait for. Okay, so what we have here is a ratio chart of both the Nifty and the Bank Nifty. If I see for the past 3 months, okay, 3 महीने का मैं डालता हूँ, पिछले 3 महीने में मेरे को ये दिख रहा है कि यार the Nifty and Bank Nifty, especially the ratio between the Nifty and the Bank Nifty was okay, 1 second. So here, if I see this, it was pretty much even. There were certain phases where the Nifty was outperforming. There were certain phases where the Bank Nifty was outperforming. But when I change this from 3 months to 1 month, I see that a clear downtrend happening in this particular chart. So what does a downtrend on the ratio chart means? When you have a ratio chart, it is nothing but showing you the chart of Nifty divided by the Bank Nifty. If the chart is in a downtrend, it means that the denominator, in our case, which is the Bank Nifty, is outperforming the numerator. Okay, and if this chart would be rising, it would indicate that the numerator in this case, which is the Nifty, will be outperforming the denominator. Over here, since we can very clearly see that our chart is pretty much falling. Over here it is falling, and over here again we are seeing that it's falling. It is indicative of the fact that the Nifty is majorly underperforming the Bank Nifty, and it has literally come and reached the new low right now. Okay, so why should we look at this? We should always look at this to get an idea as to see which index is going to be leading the market, whether the Nifty is going to be leading the index or the Bank Nifty is going to be leading the index. Okay, and of right now it is pretty certain that the leadership in the market is from the Bank Nifty, and the auto sector is also giving leadership to the Nifty here. Here is our chart of Nifty, and here is our chart of Bank Nifty. Pretty much not much action from them today, so we will have to wait and watch and see what happens. And again, once more, I would like to thank all of you who have come in here for today's session. I would like to thank all of you again. Please go and hit that like video and like this particular session, and please share the link of these sessions with all your friends so that even they can come and even they can have a look at how we analyze and trade the market as a neo trader. Okay, so with that, I have reached the end. I would like to thank all of you for joining in. It was a great experience doing this particular session, and I will see you again same time tomorrow. Till then, have a very great day and have a very great session of trading. I'm Aditya Iyer, co-founder of NeoTrader, signing out for today. Bye bye and good day.